Daniel Borstein once said that the greatest obstacle to discovery is not ignorance. It is a false sense of knowledge, a false illusion of knowledge. And this is very true. And that's why we must take an in-depth look at why the illusion of man-made global warming is nothing more than a hoax. This hoax that has been a plague on many of us. It is a great obstacle to discovery, for it makes a panic out of the natural warming of our globe. It steals money from other types of research foundations, such as cancer, hospitals, and public outreach programs. It sucks the money from geological and atmospherical scientists who are studying geological and atmospheric patterns, which holds the true key to why we warm the way we do. All this money to save ourselves from destroying the planet, to erase our carbon footprint, is an elaborate and well-incorporated hoax. We can see this through the smoke and mirrors of man-made global warming by simply looking at the science and the facts. First, we will come to see that our Earth warming is 100% natural. Even more so, we will see that the natural causes, these natural disasters that are supposedly made by man-made global warming, prove global warming wrong. Further, we will see that NASA, the IPCC, and Al Gore's statistics are fraudulent at best. We will also be able to see that the new test ran by the Beijing University of China proves that the globe is not heating actually right now. It is actually in a stage of cooling. It's starting to go into a stage of cooling. It is crucial we put away the illusion knowledge of global warming so we can see the real reason our world warms, and we can stop the fraudulent spending of billions of dollars towards this hoax named man-made global warming. The globe is getting warmer, but don't fret. It's called geological change. It's totally natural. Simply put, the Earth cools and warms naturally. The National Center of Public Policy Research's John Chrysal explains that the Earth goes through a systematical pattern. It's very simple. It happens in stages, in 100,000-year periods. Okay, in the first 90,000 years of this, we have cooling. It's a slow but gradual cool. Then we get struck with an ice age. Then there's an abrupt warming period called an intergalactical, which will last anywhere from 10,000 to 12,000 years. Currently, we're in a holocene, which is inside an intergalactical. It is one of the warmest parts of the intergalactical. This would explain why we are seeing temperature rising right now. Now, since we know that the Earth warms and cools in these patterns, we can look back in history to see how people were dealing with the atmospherical temperatures of ours today. In 900 AD, the Earth was the same as now, temperature-wise. Between 900 AD and 1100 AD, there was a Holocene maximum, which is the warmest we have ever been in a hologen. Yet, the IPCC's numbers concur with this time, around 2010. The Holocene maximum temperatures will be the same as ours are supposed to be in 2010. Yet, we shouldn't complain, because during this time, as we now know, as the medieval warm period, England re-emerged from the Dark Ages. The harvests were bountiful, and there was food for all. Starving nations became powerful empires. Wine grapes were even grown in Nova Scotia. The Norsemen colonized Iceland and Greenland, for the ice had melted and retreated away. Yet Al Gore would have you believe that the end of the world is coming, since we caused it by man-made global warming. Now, on the other hand, the ice age between the 1200s and 1450s killed many with plagues and poured a little harvest. The Little Ice Age between the 1650s and 1850s killed many and made the Swiss and the Scandinavian people abandon their farmlands. Maine and New England had no summer till 1816. That's 166 years of no summer. Could it be that we are naturally warming from this Little Ice Age? In a geological and historical aspect, the globe is prosperous and the crops bountiful when we enter natural warming phases. So geological movements of the Earth shows that Earth is in a cycle just like everything else. And we as humans have no control or real impact on it. Okay, I get it. Over the last 30 years, some pretty wicked stuff has been going on, such as the El Nino of 1997 between 1998 and the ever-depleting ozone layer, and not to mention the ice melting. I ask you, if you were to take a freezer with ice in it and unplug it, ice would slowly melt. But if you were to plug it back up, the ice would reform from the same water. It's the same thing with the geological cycles. Since we're in a warming period, it's like we unplug the refrigerator. Then naturally the Earth will plug the refrigerator back up, and the ice will reform. It's simply history, simply geological fact. It's happened before, it'll happen again. We're just waiting for the next ice age. And there's nothing that we can do about it. Even more, another huge thing a lot of global warming fanatics point to is the depleting ozone layer as proof to man-made global warming. Unfortunately for them, the atmospheric cap has not depleted since 1992, even though our carbon dioxide ratings have went up. The World Meteorological Organization and the United States Environmental Protection Agency both say that the depleting ozone stopped at 1992, but also that only 4% of the ozone had been depleted between 1960 and 1990. So very little of the ozone was depleted. Furthermore, it is in accordance with the geological shift that this ozone would have depleted this much. Again, our ozone